support the work of Southwest Human Development and our new program with Nina Family Child Care Center at the Parkley Apartments. My name is Ginger Ford and I'm the CEO of Southwest Human Development. And I just want to say it's so amazing to be standing here from when we conceptualized this project to the finished product here and see the children. And none of this would have happened without our great partnership that we have with Nina's, with Parkley Apartments and the City of Phoenix in collaboration with our Early Head Start Child Care Partnership Program. I'd also like to thank Congressman Gallego, Mayor Stanton, and Councilwoman Pastor for their support and being here today. These alliances are so vital to the development and expansion of early childhood, high-quality services for very young children in all of our communities. I know some of you are familiar with the work that we do at Southwest Human Development, but I'd like to take a minute to talk about that work. We are celebrating our 35th anniversary this year of providing early childhood services in the Valley. We got our start in 1981 with just 6 staff members, and since then, Southwest Human Development has become Arizona's largest early childhood provider and dedicated to all services related to early childhood. We have 850 staff members and we provide over 40 different programs to 135,000 children and their families each year in Maricopa County primarily and across the state of Arizona. Even though we've been around for a while, our staff members and I tend to get a lot of questions asked about what is it that we do day in and day out. And it's not always easy to answer that question since we're such a large organization. So when you hear the words child development, mental health, disability services, that's us. When you hear Head Start, early literacy, health, or child welfare, that's us too. And when you hear people talk about professional development for early childhood educators, that is also Southwest Human Development. The common thread among each of these programs are they're designed to help children in their earliest years of life because we know those early experiences have the greatest impact on their future success. A half a century of research and science has demonstrated repeatedly that high-quality early childhood services can improve life outcomes. We know that a child's earliest days, weeks, months, and years of life are a period of unparalleled growth when the foundation for brain development begins. We also know that children develop within an environment of relationships, which begins at home with their family, but also extends to their caregivers in the community. This is why providing children with high-quality early care and education experiences like the care we are providing here at Parkley through this new partnership is so important. When we give children today what they need to learn, develop, and thrive, they have the greatest opportunity to achieve success and reach their fullest potential in the future. We take pride in helping shape our children's future right here in the Valley. And now it's my pleasure to introduce our Director of Early Head Start and Head Start, Mindy Zapata, who is actually the driving force behind launching this incredible program that we're celebrating today. Mindy?
My name is Mindy Zapata, and in January of 2014, Congress appropriated funding to expand the number and the quality of early learning activities for infants and toddlers through these Early Head Start Child Care Partnership grants. This is particularly critical for working families in Arizona, where we experience not only a shortage in number, but in the quality of care for infants and toddlers. These new grants have funded the partnering of programs like Southwest Human Development, Early Head Start, and child care providers like Nina's Family Care Center, so that we could work together and offer programs like you see here that have increased not only in Arizona, but in Phoenix, the quality and access to full-day, full-year care for low-income working families with infants and toddlers, whose most important years are those years that are happening before children go to kindergarten. The Early Head Start Partnership grants bring together the best of early Head Start and child care by effectively layering funding that benefits the entire community. Southwest Human Development, Early Head Start, and Nina's Family Care Center have, here at the Parkley apartment community, done something that's not happening anywhere else in the United States, and it has created this embedded opportunity for low-income working families to access this very unique opportunity of full-day, full-year, high-quality care within walking distance to where families reside. We really want to appreciate and thank the innovation of the City of Phoenix the City of Phoenix Housing, and the leadership at the Parkley apartment community, who support the efforts of low-income working families to have this accessibility to adjacent high-quality full-year care embedded within their community, so that the foundation for the children that are attending this Nina's Family Care Center facility are going to have the important experiences that they need before they go to kindergarten. We are also wanting to extend our deepest gratitude to the federal leadership that had the insight to support this very unique initiative that really support closing the achievement gap for those children whose families need the economic opportunity to have the access to quality care while they go to work. We appreciate the willingness and the leadership within the City of Phoenix Housing, and the Parkley apartment community to really take on the vision to go this road of this very unique collaboration here in Phoenix, to have this magnitude that will impact children and families in the community for far into the future. So thanks to everyone who has made this possible for the children and families here at the Parkley Nina's Family Care Center Early Head Start Child Care Partnership.
Thank you, Mindy. Next, I'd like to ask Councilwoman Laura Pastor to say a few words for us.
Good morning. Isn't this exciting? For me, it's very exciting because it's in District 4, in the heart of District 4. The fact that it's with families within this area, and that they're able to send their toddler, their child, to a very safe, quality education. As you know, in the first 2,000 days of a child's life, that's the most important, because that's where the development happens. And as I had walked through, what struck me was that there was I think she was 1.5 or 2, who picked up her plate, went over, opened up the trash can, put it in, and then went and sat down. I was just amazed at that because my Sophia at 3, that's when she started. So it's great to see the development happening. As we all know, literacy is very important, and they're starting at such a young age, and they're going to be way ahead of most. I want to thank Southwest Human Development for all the years, 35 years. That's a long time to be well established in the community and to be still in the heart. And so I want to thank them for their dedication of 35 years, because I too understand when you first start and you're writing grants and you're trying to figure it out and get your rhythm, that you're still 35 years later, and I hope another 60 years later. I'm not sure if I'll be here, but thank you for all your dedication to the community and to the children. It just makes sense of the fact that it's here, and it makes sense that you're partnering with the City of Phoenix and Southwest Human Development, because it's in the heart. And as you see, working families are here. You can safely get up in the morning as a mother, as you rush in the morning, a mother, come in, see a friendly face, and know that your child is safe. So thank you again for doing this, for being creative and innovative, and be blessed today. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to have Mayor Greg Stanton say a few words for us, please.
All right, thanks, Ginger, very much. And Mindy, to you, congratulations. Councilwoman Pastor, congratulations on getting this in your district and all you do for children education. She's our leader on those issues. She described the 1.5 to 2-year-old who did such a good job cleaning up after himself. Congressman Gallego mentioned that he still has work to do in that regard. So you could use some training there as well. This Nina's Family Child Care Center at Parkley is marrying 2 great organizations. Of course, Southwest Human Development, who is really second to none in providing great Head Start education, early Head Start education to kids across this valley. And of course, the City of Phoenix, which made the right decision a few years ago when this apartment complex, Parkley, almost went into foreclosure. We made a very bold decision, that was to acquire it and make sure it turned into quality, affordable housing. They don't build apartments like this anymore, do they? Low density with lots of open space, over 500 units. When this apartment was built in the 1950s, it was the largest apartment complex in the state of Arizona. It's gone through its ups and downs, and I would argue now it's on an up because the city is able to, again, provide great affordable housing, lots of kids in this area, and now we've partnered with Southwest Human Development on Nina's Family Child Care Center. I know it's a great apartment complex. Here's why. When my sister graduated from Northern Arizona University and took a job in special education teaching in the Cartwright District in West Phoenix, she lived here for 2 years. I spent a lot of time here at Parkley Apartments. I enjoyed those tennis courts and basketball courts back in the day. So I know what a great apartment complex this is right in the middle of our city. I'm glad to see that it's being put to such great work. We really owe a debt of gratitude to the leaders here at the city. I mentioned Councilwoman Pastor, her leadership on housing and education issues. Our housing director is here, Cindy Stotler. Thanks for being such an innovative leader of housing here and throughout the city. Our Deanna Jonovich, our deputy city manager, who's there she is hiding in the back, in the shade. Come on, get in the sun like the rest of us. She does a great job leading us on human services issues and on housing issues per se. And of course, my friend Ruben Gallego, who is no stronger leader when it comes to supporting communities, supporting human services, understanding the important federal role in providing dollars and leadership in that regard. The decision of Congress to put more resources into early childhood. A lot of people complain about the federal government, and in some areas they may be right, certain parts of programs. When it comes to Head Start, that's a program that has stood the test of time. Every time they do a longitudinal study of the benefits of Head Start, particularly early Head Start, early care when a child gets 3 years old, the benefits of these kids getting into this center at this age is going to help them the rest of their lives. Study after study shows that. So thank you, Congressman Gallego, for being such a steadfast supporter of education, human services, and particularly Head Start. We need more like you. Great day in the city of Phoenix. Congratulations, Ginger and Southwest Human Development.
We're lucky to have our Congressman Ruben Gallego here to speak with us for a few minutes.
Thank you, Ginger. Thank you, Southwest Human Development and the City of Phoenix and all the staff that make this possible. I'll be honest, this is something that really does hit close to me. I'm one of those kids that grew up in kind of informal, daycare. I had either uncles, grandparents, somebody that would always take care of me, but not necessarily the quality that you would want sometimes. They were loving people, they kept me out of trouble, they kept me safe. But these kinds of programs do matter. Growing up as a latchkey kid, coming home every day and cooking my own meals and trying to wait for my parents to get home, it does make you a more independent person, but at the same time, you do miss a lot of opportunities. Parents being able to send their kids to school within walking distance, not worrying about how to get on which bus on the right time to make sure they get to be able to drop off the kids at a qualified place, and then trying to make it to work at the same time, on time. This is something that happens a lot in our community. So having this right here where they could just walk their kids over, drop them off, know that they're in a safe environment, a nurturing environment that's going to educate them and help them grow, is something that's really reassuring to these parents, especially single parents, much like I grew up. But also as a government official, as people that care about our future workforce, and also people that care about our future prison population. We know if we invest in these young men and young women right now, at this age, we are setting them on a good glide path to success, and that we don't actually have to get involved with them later on, unfortunately, during incarceration. So the investment dollars that we're doing now, the investment dollars Southwest Human Development is doing now, will save us millions of dollars into the future, and you'll save thousands of lives in that process. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all the partnerships that are involved in this, and I hope we'll have some continued success and hopefully expansion into other areas. Okay, I have some ideas, you need them too. But thank you again, and great job, everybody.
Thank you so much to all of our speakers and our partners here and staff at Southwest Human Development. You can truly see that it took all of us to make this happen, and we are so proud of this partnership and this program, and hopefully we can replicate it in many other places.